Welcome back. If you haven't seen this before, I'm a stand-up comedian in New York, and Avatar: The Last Airbender is my favorite show, so I will be reacting to Book 1, Episode 16, The Deserter, which is a good episode, if I recall. I always thought this shot was so weird. It's like hazy and kind of sepia tone, or orangey. It looks like,
Give us a good idea
this whole scene looks like a flashback to Mexico in Breaking Bad.
what's around here.
See if you can find a...
See if the cartel's around here.
The Fire Days Festival. Fire Nation cultural exhibits.
Just anytime they see anything on fire, they're like, ooh, a cultural exhibit. Wow, such culture.
Look at this.
Hey, a poster of me.
Eisenberg. They're gonna have to fight those two cousins with the machetes and the skull boots. Who would win, Aang and the gang, or those two cousins? Tuco's cousins, the Salamancas. The Salamanca twins actually remind me a lot of the Sparky Sparky Boom Man. I think that's where they got it. Sparky Sparky Boom Man's name is Lee Salamanca. It's in the archives. Lee because it's a very common firebending name.
I guess we could go check it out.
Ready disguises.
I don't know what commercial they think they're in, but what a drippy way to put on hoods. Look at this. Ooh. Fuck. Yeah, I'm sorry, Aang. I just gonna need a little more mood. Let's put that hood on with some mood. Why didn't he dress up as the old man again from when they went to Omashu? That worked really well. Whole episode could have been different. Pippin Papsakapalapalapalapalas. I was expecting this to feel much more Latin-X, given the color of the sky earlier.
Think we need some new disguises.
What do you have?
Flaming fireflakes.
There we go. That's
Flaming
Latin-X.
fireflakes. Hot.
Don't worry, loyal citizens. No one can surprise the Fire Lord.
Oh
The Fire Nation, it seems, would have, I guess this would make sense, like a very different relationship to burning people alive. They would, I mean, it looks like be pretty desensitized to it. The puppeteer is a firebender who I guess goes up with one hand and then up with the other hand and goes and shoots a little bit of finger fire and then I guess takes his hand out of it. Hooray, he melted. That's a children's show. This children's show was an earthbender tries to bludgeon the Fire Lord to death with a rock, and then the Fire Lord burns him alive. Other than that, there are no characters or plots. It'd be like a puppet show where that dude tried to assassinate Trump, and then Trump beat him to death with a golf club, and it was a puppet show. And then it just ended. It was like a 6-second puppet show. And I bet there's a long intermission too. All these stupid shows at fairs, it's like they seat you for like 30 minutes, and then the show is like 9 seconds.
Aang, hold on. Where are we going?
I don't know, but there's a big crowd, so it must be good.
Knowing the Fire Nation, it's probably an execution.
That is racist. That is fucked up. We're at war, but let's not become the people that we despise. Let's not become supremacists. Also, from later in the episode when Roku appears, I'm surprised he doesn't pop in to Sokka and just be like, the fuck did you just say? That is ignorant. And then he burns a bush and does some Jesus stuff. I guess Roku could just do that at any point. Just take over Aang and pop up and say a couple cool lines. Yeah, I always thought this was strange, the magician firebender. Just visually, all the magic tricks are way outdone by the fire. A guy just shooting fire is much crazier than a guy who can make pigeons appear.
Thank you! For my next trick, I need a volunteer from the audience!
Like, firebending is martial arts. The show would basically be a magician who got up there and did like a bunch of karate stuff and then a magic trick at the end. And like a small one. And you'd be like, cool karate stuff, I guess. The magic was like if I did one of those like crazy spinning back kicks and then also made a quarter vanish. You'd be like, I feel like these disciplines really don't actually connect in the way that you imagine.
It's too strong! I can't hold it!
We gotta help her.
That's Aang being racist. That he thinks this guy's trick taming the dragons, that he just picks a volunteer and then scorches them. Which I guess is kind of what happened in the puppet thing.
It's
Puppet show.
breaking!
I'd like to think it's like the Prestige. That's how he does the trick. He always just has twins. And the trick is that it looks like he burns one to death and then they're fine. But he's doing a Prestige. The trick is he does burn someone to death.
Hey, you trying to upstage me, kid?
So the trick there was that the fire was gonna hit her and then turn into confetti. Like, and also it's funny because the only reason it visually looks so pretty like that, like Aang did that with his airbending, spread them all out. But it looks like had the trick worked as planned, Katara would have just gotten hit with like a face full of confetti. It wouldn't have spread out like that. It would have just been like, poof, and they would have been like, oh, and Katara would have been like, yeah, I guess I didn't burn to death, but that still sucked. I just ate a ton of confetti.
I think it's time to go.
Follow me. I can get you out of here. I serve a man. More than a man, really.
2 men. I serve 2 men. It's incredible. It's like having parents, but without the weakness of the woman.
He's a myth, but he's real. A living legend. Zhang the deserter. He was a Fire Nation general. But wait, was he an admiral?
Is he supposed to be on drugs? Or is he just like a ditz? What is the episode trying to tell us? He's like all over the place and everybody else seems... Like, the rest of the gang of Zhang's troop seems to hate this guy. Is the idea just that he's like annoying? Or I feel like they're implying he's like a fuck up in a more substantial way. I'm thinking fireflakes. He snorts bags of fireflakes. Or that cactus juice, I think is the only established drug in the Avatar universe. But I mean, this is the only character we ever see with stubble, which makes me think he's a burnout loser.
Anymore. He's the first person ever to leave the army and live. I'm the second, but you don't get to be a legend for that.
I feel like this guy was dishonorably discharged from the army. I mean, look at this piece of shit stubble. He did something bad.
Don't move.
This beat...
Zhang told you not to look for Avatar.
This beat confused me a little bit too, because it's like Zhang said don't look for the Avatar. He doesn't want to train the Avatar. So he sends these like tribesmen guys to go apprehend them at Spear Point and bring them to Zhang just so Zhang can say, I'm not training you. You know, what is the point of that? Also, why are these guys...
You know these
What is this?
guys? Oh yeah, Lin Yi's an old buddy.
Why is Lin Yi dressed like this? But he's dressed like this. Are these like the native fire guys? They had some other, they don't even call it Fire Nation. Like the firebenders colonized whatever the hell this was, called it the Fire Nation. They were like, yeah, it was not all about fire before they got here. All these guys do is talk about and think about fire. It's such a weird cultural export.
Right, Lin Yi?
Shut up. He sees you only.
Oh, that's okay.
This dynamic confuses me too. He was just saying what a genius he was. Is Zhang about to slap the shit out of this guy?
Great man, great man.
He's got his hands up, telling himself he's a great man. I think he's about to get the shit slapped out of him.
So the Avatar was here, and you let him slip away.
Yes, sir. But other than that, the festival went off without a hitch. No fights? Theft was way down.
I don't care about your local crime rates.
Didn't know Zhao was a lib. Didn't know Zhao was the mayor of DC. Oh, let's get back to the episode.
Can I see Zhang now?
He won't see you. He's very angry that I brought you here.
He just spanked me for 45 minutes straight. Sitting down right now is more painful than deserting the army.
He wants you to leave immediately.
That's why he abducted you and dragged you all here, because he wants you to leave immediately.
Why won't he see me?
He says you're not ready. Says you haven't mastered waterbending and earthbending yet.
Wait, how does he know that?
Says you're a virgin. Says you haven't mastered kissing or any of the following accoutrement. Says you're bald. Says you're a little bald bitch.
He saw the way you walked into camp. He can tell.
He can smell the virgin on you. It's embarrassing.
I'm the Avatar. It's my destiny to...
Destiny? What would a boy know of destiny? If a fish lives its whole life in this river, does he know the river's destiny? No! Only that it runs on and on, out of his control. He may follow where it flows, but he cannot see the end. He cannot imagine the ocean.
Okay. But it's the Avatar's duty to master all of the bending disciplines.
To master the bending disciplines, you must first master discipline itself.
Sucks that Aang phrased it that way. Could have just said it's the Avatar's duty to master bending. And then Zhang would have just been like, you think fish? You think a fish could do fucking bending? Fish in the river? You think a river fish could do bending? Fuck you. Aang really teed him up for that. because he said discipline. But Zhang would have had to go back to the fish metaphor. And then Aang would have been like, you are losing the thread.
But you have no interest in this, so I have no interest in you.
If you had discipline, you would not be a virgin.
Fire is alive. It breathes. It grows. Without the bender, a rock will not throw itself. But fire will...
What about a mudslide? What about earthquakes? These are all things I would say if I was Aang. What about love? What about you and me just getting to the bottom of this? We don't need to argue.
You are not ready. You are too weak.
You think I am weak?
This was such a weird example of Aang being kind of a Nepo baby. You know, do you know who my past life is?
I have mastered the elements 1,000 times in 1,000 lifetimes. Now, I must do it once again. You will teach the Avatar firebending.
Is this like a biblical allusion? I always wondered about that, like the burning bush thing. I think it's funny that Roku, it seems, could have done this at any point and has chosen to only do it now. So many times they were in danger. At any point, he could have popped up to Zuko and been like, hey, you're my great-grandson. Stop fucking trying to kill me. Your dad's a dick. He could have just explained everything. But I think what it is, I think he found him so annoying that he was just like, all right, fuck this dude. Tag me in. I'm gonna manifest a tree just to set it on fire.
Concentrate.
But what am I concentrating on?
Feel the heat of the sun. It is the greatest source of fire.
Stare directly into the sun. That is where fire lives. Only once you have stared into the sun for hours will you know the secret of fire.
So when do I get to make some fire?
Concentrate.
Are we coming up here so I don't burn anything with my fire blasts?
No fire yet.
We are here because it is even closer to the sun, so you can get a better look at it. Now look at the sun. It's so much fire. Zhang is just absolutely insane and stares at the sun all day. Oh, fire.
Airbending comes from the breath. Now inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth without talking. I did not tell you to stop.
I've been breathing for hours.
You want to stop breathing?
I feel like Roku should pop up again and just be like, earlier you were kind of sort of bullshit all that stuff, but that was a nice one. Good stuff. And then dabs him up.
I want to know how to shoot fire out of my fingertips.
I had a pupil once who had no interest in learning discipline.
Roku pops in again. You think I don't know discipline? I can do 15 pull-ups in a row. It took me 1,000 lifetimes. You will be less boring. These exercises stink.
Learn restraint or risk destroying yourself and everything you love.
Roku pops in again. You think I don't know restraint? I have practiced semen retention for 9 months. I could stop an entire fire blast with the reservoir of semen that I have stored. You will let the Avatar bust. What? I mean, teach him firebending.
I promise I'll be more patient.
We are going to work with fire now. I want you to keep this flame from reaching the edges of the leaf for as long as you can.
This is the worst firebending instruction ever.
Ooh, back in Mexico, I see. That's how you know this is gonna be bad.
I did it! I made fire!
That fire is 99.6% pure. Heisenberg, you're a genius.
Take it slow. Look, careful!
Ah! I wonder how the juggler did it.
That's not how he did it. Also, he wasn't even a juggler. He was a magician. He probably would just call himself a performer. I've noticed people who get into the arts and are terrible and don't have any particular skills just say they're performers. They just want you to look at them. It's, you know, it is kind of a feat here. Aang is the only firebender who has ever burned anyone, except for Ozai, burned Zuko. Aang is the second person to connect with a fire blast in the entire Avatar universe. Very impressive.
Katara! I'm so good!
You know, it would have been a more interesting thing if Aang hit her in the face and gave her Zuko burns. And then they were, you know, Katara had Zuko burns. And then when next time they saw each other, Zuko was like, oh, and Katara was like, yeah, I got Zuko burns. And he's like, please don't call them Zuko burns. They're just burns. Other people have burns. And she goes, who? Who else has burns? He goes, I guess I don't know anyway. Exactly. They're Zuko burns.
I told you we shouldn't mess around with this. Look what you did.
Aang's feeling sad here, so he let Sokka do that. But he could have just sent Sokka to the moon.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Roku pops up again. All right. My bad, everybody. I didn't. I mean, he's a little virgin. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. I set that bush on fire. Here's a new bush. Roku gives him a new spirit, mental bush. Here's a bush. Let's just forget this ever happened. But he did land a hit. I mean, he landed a hit. I've never done that. I don't know anyone else who has.
You have healing abilities. The great benders of the water tribe sometimes have this ability. Water brings healing and life, but fire brings only destruction and pain.
What about like a campfire? Jung's like, oh, I forgot about campfires. Those are great. And cooking? Actually, fire's really important. I gotta change my whole worldview. Takes off all of his cloak and he's got like a suit. Yeah, fire's great for entrepreneurial ventures. I'm gonna sell s'mores.
Go get your friends and flee! Do not come back here, or you will all be destroyed! Hurry!
My old teacher gave up fighting a long time ago.
Haven't you, Master Zhang?
Zhang tried to tell me that I wasn't ready.
Why is Aang sitting there like how Zhang was? One thing you didn't know, Zhang had some magazines over here that are fucking crazy. That's why he's always over here. I think he kept leaving me alone for hours so we could get back to his magazines. I mean, Katara, you gotta see these. Holy shit. Would you mind blowing those candles out?
I wouldn't listen. I'm never gonna fire.
Don't come any closer. I'll be out in a minute.
You'll have to eventually.
Do they show anybody's mouth in this scene?
I wouldn't listen. I'm never gonna firebend again.
Look at it. Look at how the painstaking, this whole scene, look at how much effort they go through to not animate anybody's lips.
Zhang tried to tell me that I wasn't ready.
No lips.
I wouldn't listen. I'm never gonna firebend
No
again.
lips.
You'll have to eventually.
No lips.
No.
No lips.
Never again.
Look at that.
It's okay, Aang. I'm healed.
Just below the nose, just below the head.
I'll explain.
Oh, fuck. I guess we gotta do lips. They're onto us. They know we haven't animated lips this whole scene.
Zhao and his soldiers are attacking.
No lips.
Where?
Lips.
By the river. They captured Zhang.
I have to help him.
This also is another miscommunication. Zhang literally said, don't come back or you'll be destroyed. And they have an opportunity to escape.
Great.
And Zhang is by far the best firebender.
I can't believe
There's
my
really no
former
danger.
master has become nothing more.
It is you who have embraced savagery, Zhao.
It's Admiral Zhao now.
That title will not help you against the Avatar. Do not try to fight him. You are no match. I have never seen such raw power.
You should have seen the way he burned this bitch's hands. It was incredible. They were so burned. Oh my god, I could smell it from across the forest. We'll have a hand-burning contest.
Take the deserter.
Like just a minute ago, Zhang was like, get out of here. You'll be destroyed. I'll handle this. And now Aang comes back and he was like, you know what? You handle it. I'm gonna do a magic trick. I also watched that magician from earlier and it was pretty sick and I'm gonna do one too. Check this out. Aang, you see this? You see how sick that is?
It's a trick. He's run off into the woods.
2 dubs.
You were Zhang student?
Until I got bored.
I feel like Aang would be like, yes, fuck, it was boring. All of that was so boring. Did he have you do the leaf thing? God damn, that sucked. You know what, just for old time, just for a goof, let's do the leaf thing. Let's see who can do the leaf thing better. 1, 2, 3, leaf.
I see he taught you how to duck and run like a coward.
But he didn't teach you how to get shot in the face with a huge fire blast. Stand there like a man and let me shoot you with a big fire blast.
Whoa, wild shot.
I'll show you wild.
And then he just goes like, he just does a bunch of crazy shit. Whoa, yeah, that's wild, man. That's fucking weird. Yeah, watch me eat dirt. Yeah, I'm wild. Firebenders can do anything. We can eat dirt. Fight.
Stand and fight, Avatar.
Oh,
Stop
were we
dodging.
fighting?
It's
I thought
so
you were just getting warmed
annoying.
up. Ahoy! I'm Admiral Zhao.
That like 7-foot vertical Zhao's got with armor.
Nowhere to run now, you little smart mouth.
You've lost this battle.
Are you crazy? You haven't thrown a single blow.
No, but you have.
My riverboat! That totally fucks up the budget! I hadn't used those before, and I hadn't planned on using them again. I have a huge ship, but damn it, I love these riverboats. They had sentimental value.
Aang, come on! Let's go!
Where's Jong Jong?
He disappeared. They all did.
This guy was doing heroin.
Hey, where'd everybody
Look
go?
at that heroin stubble.
Very funny, guys.
I mean, so is the end they just capture and torture that guy? He said earlier that if you're a deserter from the Fire Nation, they don't let you live. And I saw his wanted poster earlier. So I assume the episode ends with Zhao catching that second deserter guy and then torturing him to death by not letting him have more heroin. It's like a benzodiazepine situation where you can die from the detox.
You're burned.
When did you learn how to do that?
I guess I always knew.
Oh, well then thanks for all the first aid over the years.
That's not accurate. You found out 10 minutes ago when you healed yourself. Why don't you just say that? Like, what?
Like when I fell into the greaseberry bramble, and that time I had 2 fish hooks in my thumb.
And you didn't stop 9/11. So those 3 things. Why didn't you just say you learned it just now, Katara? All right, overall good episodes. Some of the just plot beats were a little confusing. Basically, every time Zhang Zhang would say something, he would do exactly the opposite, which I kind of didn't notice until this time. But fun episode. I like the establishing Aang doesn't want to do fire anymore because, you know, he was too good at it and accidentally burned Katara. Yeah, thanks for watching. Follow me at... Also, if you're getting the YouTube, I put the clips and other little Avatar videos on Instagram. The account's called Avatar Jank, so check that out. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.